Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Racha, Kodash, Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders as well. Double honors to my elder, Aharawan Banyasharala of the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. Also, salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing this truth in sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Karab Banyasharala coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharala here in Jacksonville, Florida. And now today I'll be doing a lesson, and the title of this lesson is Look Back on Your Work. You know, sometimes it's good to look back to see how far you've come, laboring in Yahweh Shai. Look back on the videos you've done. Even if pages have been taken down and whatever, just look back on the work. It is a great thing to look back on the work that you have done for Yahweh Shai because it shows a record of how far you have come in Yahweh Shai. It shows your increase. It shows your growth from where you started to where you are at right now. So yeah, it's good to look back on your work because not only is it good to look back on your work to see how far you've come, it builds confidence. It lifts your spirit. You know, uh, it makes you feel good about uh, working and loving and doing the will of Yahweh Shai. You know, it boosts your confidence, i.e. your faith. So again, it's good to look back on your work. It doesn't matter how long you done been in this. Sometimes it's good to look back on your work. It's good to look back. It's definitely a booster. It's helpful. But without further ado, let's get right into it. This is Hebrews chapter 10, and I'm going to start at verse 23. Again, it says, "Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promised." So we must hold fast the profession of our faith. We profess and confess. We must hold fast without wavering, you know, not having one foot in or one foot out, not being, without wavering, not being solid. You know, we are to do this in uh concreteness. We do the work, or we are to do the work in stability, being stable, being fasting in Yahweh Shai. That's why it says, "Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, without moving, without half stepping, one foot in, one foot out." For he is faithful that is promised. So the Lord is faithful that is promised. Did he not promise us great rewards for our works? Did he not tell us that when Yahweh Shah comes back, his reward will be with him to render unto every man the recompense of their hands? Well, if you're working for Yahweh Bahashim Shah, you should already know that the recompense that is coming to you is a recompense of salvation, is a recompense of a great reward, you know. And sometimes you need to look back on your work, look back at the videos you've done, look back at the lessons that you've written over the years, all the months. Just look back on your work for Yahweh Shai, because that'll help you. And it's a booster and it makes you feel good. Let's continue. I'm gonna jump over to verse 35 of Hebrews chapter 10. You know what? Verse 24. Then I'm gonna jump over. It says, let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. So let us consider ourselves, one another, and provoke one unto love to do the work for Yahweh Shai. And to what? And to do good works. Provoke each other to do good works. Look at other brothers' videos. Just go to their pages. Look how much work that they have wrought in Yahweh Shai. That is also a booster too. You know, you look on if you go you look at other brothers' work, like, man, the Akim, this brother, he been going strong, man. He been doing a lot of work for Yahweh Shai. And that'll inspire you to want to do more work for Yahweh Shai in truth, in sincerity, and in humbleness. Because you have a lot of cats that are out here that say they're of the circumcision that have much works, but it is not wrought in the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. It is wrought in their own thing, in their own way of thinking. Those are the ones that you don't need to look at their works, because it is not a work of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. It is a work of self, of themselves, I should say. So again, verse 25, it says, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, neglect not to link up with the Achaim, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching. So we don't forsake to be together, i.e. don't forsake, don't not link up with the Akim if an invitation is sent. Sometimes you may not be able to. You may not have the means to make it, but just don't flat out nah, I ain't coming, don't be like that. That's why it says not forsaking the assembling together. Don't purposely nah, I ain't going to camp because I don't feel like it type stuff. Stuff like that. As some, it says, as the manner of some is, and some cats is like that. It is what it is. Some cats is like that. Most of the time, the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua ain't dealing with them, and it is what it is on that. And it says, but exhorting, building up, one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. We must also edify each other, build each other up as we see the day of Yahushua approaching. Now let's jump over to verse 35. It says, cast not away therefore your confidence, which hath, Salakia, great recompense of reward. So we must not cast away our faith. That's our confidence, because that has a great recompense of reward. It is a benefit. And looking back on the work that you have done over the years and or months or weeks, that is looking back. And in that is a reassurance, because you can see that how far that the Heavenly Father has brought you. And it is also an indicator of the Heavenly Father is dealing with you and using you. So don't cast away your confidence. Don't cast away your faith, because you will be rewarded for your faith and for your works. Verse 36, it says, for ye have need of patience, that shall after ye have done the will of Yahweh, ye might receive the promise. So we have need of patience, so we must be patient. And what teaches you some patience here and there is to looking back on the work that you have done over the years. To teach you to look back and be like, okay, I gotta continue to be patient. I gotta continue to wait on Yahweh while Yahweh Shai. And after that, we will receive the promise of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But you have to do it. That's why it says, and might receive, because if you stop, you can't receive. You can't obtain the promise if you stop. Sometimes it's good to look back at your work, the videos you have done, the camp videos. Sometimes I ain't gonna say sometimes, but that's the word I'm using because I don't have a better word. But it's good to look back on the good works, on the things that you have wrought in and for Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. It's good to look back on that. Rather if you had a page and it got taken down, but you got a current page and that got a ton of videos on it still, hey, look back on it. Because it's a booster. It helps you. How they in school, they used to have the terminology proofread your work. Well, proof look at your work. Go back and look at it. Look at old videos when you first came in, when you first started. Look at those videos. And this is not about well, I only got a little bit of video, so what? This ain't about quantity, it's about quality. It's about boosting your confidence in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. I just say that so it won't get around to too much talking. Let's continue. Let's go to Revelation chapter 14, verse 12. It says, here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai. It says, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord Yahweh. From henceforth, yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their work shall follow them. And this is speaking about if you're doing the work, if a brother's doing the work and he passed away doing the work of Yahweh Bashim Shai, guess what? His works are going to follow him, even into the spirit world, the spirit realm, unto the Father, where Yahweh Shai and Yahweh is at. So doing the works here, as you're supposed to, your works will follow you should you pass away. In Yahweh Shai, your works are going to follow you. But I brought this out just to, kind of put it in your mind to be able to look back at your work. Because even if you pass from this existence, or this realm of existence, I should say, into the spirit world, guess what? All the works that you wrought here, that's going to follow you into the kingdom. That's going to follow you into the spirit. Though you may rest from the labor of doing the work here in the physical realm, in the spiritual realm, guess what? Your works follow you, and that is accredited to you. That's your I had a word, I forgot it that fast, but continuing. Sometimes look back on your work. Let's go to Ephesians. Chapter 2. It says, for we are his workmanship, created in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai unto good works, which Yahweh hath before ordained that we should walk in them. So we are Yahweh Shai's workmanship. We were created in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai unto good works. We were framed, designed, and made to follow and be like Yahweh Shai, to follow righteousness. Why? Because the Heavenly Father ordained this, that we should walk in the ways of righteousness. The Heavenly Father has ordained the fact that we do the work. He ordained it. If you're doing the work of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, and you're doing it in truth, and you're doing it in sincerity and humbleness and in edification, you've been ordained to do the work of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. The spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is dealing with you. And we are the workmanship. Let me get that definition real quick. Let me see if I can look that up. There we go. Look at it. It says workmanship. It says performance of labor. Let's see. Okay, workmanship. And they got it broke down. It got the word ship. It says word forming element, meaning quality, condition, act or power, skill, office, position, relation between. So we are the workmanship of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. We are the skill. We are the know-how. We're the power. We're examples of the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai in the earth, because we are the Lord's workmanship. We are his work. So if we're the workmanship of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and the work that we're doing and we do, that is our workmanship. That's why, again, you should look back on your work. It's good to do. Look back on your work and see how far you have come. And it also motivates you to do more work for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai when you look back. Let's continue. Let's go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. It says, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven." So you got to let this light shine before men so that they'll see, these people out here see your good works. They'll see the works and the things that you've wrought for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And in turn, they'll turn and glorify Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the Father which is in heaven. But you got to let your light shine so that your good works can be seen. And guess what? It's going to be seen by the right people that the Heavenly Father has set up to see the light. A lot of our people ain't going to see the light until it's a nuclear devastation, 10,000 plus degrees heat. That's when they'll see the light, when that flash happened. But the ones that are ordained for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you let your light shine before men so that they can see your good work, so that Yahweh and Yahweh Shai can be glorified in heaven, so they can praise Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, which is in heaven. So again, look back on your work. Just look back on it. It's good to go back through the years and look, because I've done it numerous times, to see where, from where I started to where I am right now. Because sometimes you know, every now and then you get that little wicked demon try to go in and try to attack your mind, try to make you think crazy. And looking back on your work helps you combat that. Let's continue. My last point. Let's go to Sirach, chapter 2, verse 10. This is Sirach, chapter 2, verse 10. It says, "Look at the generations of old and did see." And Salakia, read that again. It says, "Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?" So look at the generations of old and see. So you could go back, you look at the work of the ancient prophets: Jeremiah, Habakkuk, Daniel, Ezekiel, John the Baptist, Yahweh Shai. Let's just go back and look at the work that they have done, and look and see the generations of old. Look and see that anybody that ever trusted in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the righteous men of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, that ever trusted in Yahweh Shai was confounded. Take Elijah, for example, Moses. The Lord gave them brothers power because they trusted in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and they were not confounded. And they abode, or they abided in the fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and was never ever forsaken. All those who trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for real, he's not going to forsake you. He ain't going to let nothing happen to you. Or just look at those who called on the Lord. Has he ever despised anyone that called on him? No, because most of the time in the scriptures, the ones that were calling on the Lord were of Israel. So just look at the generations of old and see. Look back at the generations of old and their works. The righteous works. Look back on that. Look back on your own work as well and see how far the Lord has brought you. It's very empowering. I'm using that word because I don't have no other word. But anyways, it's very good to look back on your work. And with that, Shalom.